Just be a nice tall stance. Ground those feet even if you have shoes on. So press to the heels, the foot, big toe. Now I want you to pull that right knee up, back down, left knee up. Add a little bit of rhythm to that. Just a nice strong march. Trying to get those hands in sync with those knees. Trying to pull those heels right up towards the back of the legs. You're nice and strong. You're nice and tall. Start bracing that belly a little bit. Just strong march for right now. All right, let's slow it down. Let's take those feet underneath the hips, which give you a nice strong hinge. You can drive those hips back. Nice tall stance. Pull down to your bottom squat. Nice and tall. Give me a double reverse lunge. Don't care which leg goes first. And we've got 4 more of those. Hinge, squat, lunge, lunge. Nice strong hinge, squat, lunge, lunge. 2 more rounds. Hinge, squat, lunge, lunge. 1 more. Hinge, squat, lunge, lunge. All right, go shake those legs out. While we went through that, if something felt a little tight while I'm talking, it's going to let your time. Those hamstrings, give me a couple of hinges. They go those quads, and give me a couple of just basic stretches, all right? We're going to run through today's workout real quick. That's going to be part of our warm-up. So instead of just watching me, go ahead and grab the equipment you're going to be working with today, whether that's dumbbells or kettlebells, and follow along. Give me a couple of reps of each movement so we get nice and loose for today's workout. All right, so I want you to grab 1 kettlebell or 1 dumbbell. I want you to go ahead and press it overhead. I know you can't see my kettlebell right now. My biceps close to my ear, over the center of my body. So my left arm is up right now. If your right arm is up, that's absolutely fine. You're going to step back with that same leg. So I'm stepping back with my left leg into a reverse lunge. Back up nice and tall. Go 2 more reps. So whether you have a dumbbell or a kettlebell, that's what you're working with today. Let's go and switch out sides. Looking around and doing that overhead lunge. It's a little bit challenging. So same side steps back, which is going to make this nice little contralateral load. So different view here. Same side steps back as overhead. All right. Our superset with that today is either an alternating row or a double row. So if you have light weights, I recommend you working a double row when we get to the partner of that reverse lunge. But if you're going to work a little heavier weight, you're going to have a nice strong hinge. You're going to give me a row on one hand and then a row on the other. So go ahead and figure that out. You can either give yourself a couple of alternating rows if you have kettlebells like I do, or if you're working the dumbbells today, just quick visual, you can work that strong double row. All right, so that's our first superset today. Our second superset is going to be a goblet squat. So we're going to bring that kettlebell or dumbbell up, bring it towards the chest. The elbows are pulled down. That's the tricky part about this movement. Helps lock down the rib cage, and then you're pulling down to that bottom squat position. All right, if you need a heavier load, if you're working with dumbbells, like me, I only have 10 pounders, so you can work a double front and work through that position today. So you need a couple reps. Make sure you feel pretty good with those weights. All right. The partner of that movement today is going to be our push press. So I'm going to rack on my left side, dumbbell or kettlebell. You're going to dip in the knees actually dip forward, and you're going to drive that weight to the sky. That's the easy part. I want you to count to 4 on the way down, and then load, and down, 2, 3, 4, loads. Let's work that opposite side. Go and switch it out. Either bring that dumbbell over, or switch out with that kettlebell. Dip, drive, dip, drive with that 4 count down, 2, 3, 4, and drive down, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. All right, so that's our second superset today. All right, our last one, our last partner, our last superset is going to be either a single swing or an alternating swing with kettlebell, depending on your weight. And then or you can work a skier swing with the dumbbell. So if you don't know what those are, these are your options depending on the weights that you're working with. If you have a little heavier kettlebell, you can work your basic swing, your Russian swing. If you have a little lighter kettlebell, you can challenge yourself by switching at the top with that alt swing, or if you're working with your dumbbells, feet go a little bit more narrow, and you're working a skier swing. Mechanics look exactly the same. Everything comes from the hips. All right? The partner of that movement is going to be a staggered high pull. I hope you are practicing some of these reps and not just watching me, or else you're going to be bored out of your mind. All right? So I'm going to grab on my kettlebell with my left hand. My right foot's going to come slightly back, so it's a different view. It's slightly back. I'm going to come across the body. I'm going to work a high pull. So if you've ever started a lawnmower before, that's a little bit what this will feel like. As you're coming across the body, you're almost aiming for that foot, and then you're pulling. You're exhaling, and you're extending through the hip. Trying to get as many views as I can on this one. Hinge, use the hip, pull the kettlebell straight at the body or the dumbbell. I'll switch out to a dumbbell as I switch sides, just to give a different view. From my right hand, my left foot slightly back, hinging back, and pulling my dumbbell up. Okay, right along the body. Last thing, and we'll get started. When you work that high pull, this is how I want you to finish. Okay? If you're so high, I'll go with a lighter weight to demo. Nothing looks good about this. Okay? It's bad on the wrist. It's bad on the shoulder. Okay? So when we pull up, that elbow is nice and high. We have a straight line in the wrist. Hopefully you can tell. So everything's feeling pretty good. All right? Any questions? Hopefully not, because we're going to get started. All right, we're going with that overhead. So let's rack on the left side, whether you have dumbbell or kettlebell. Press it up. Your left foot's going to step back to that reverse lunge and back up tall. We are working for 45 seconds, so pace yourself. Going to give a few reps at this position. Exhale as you stand. You're driving through your right heel with your left bicep by your ear. So changing view here. That back knee is flirting with the ground. Your rib cage is pulled in. You're nice and strong. And you're starting to concentrate on that breath. Last 4, 3, 2, and relax. All right, you got a little bit of time. We're going to go and switch out to that right side. So go ahead and rack it on up, whether you have dumbbell or kettlebell. All right, let's go and press. Right foot steps back. And let's work. So we're driving. Again, we're driving through that front heel. That back leg is just for looks. We're working that exhale as we stand. Really working that full extension through that kettlebell or dumbbell. Okay? Whatever you're working overhead, or even if it's a backpack, you're trying to get that bicep to your ear as we work that full extension. 5 seconds, and then we get into our row. So again, you can go with a double row, relax. Depending on your weights, you can go double row, or I'm going to work an alternating row since I've got a little extra weight going on today. All right, nice strong hinge. Let's work. So hopefully what you'll notice, even though my kettlebell is going all the way to the ground, I'm not bouncing in the upper body. I'm just moving through the T-spine. I'm just moving through the upper back. You have a few versions of this you can work. You can go with that kind of deadlift pull, where it goes all the way to the floor, or you can not quite take it to the floor and work the hand off. That's absolutely fine. Or again, if you have a little lighter weights, you can work that double row. Now you can work both sides. 10 seconds. 3, 2, and relax. All right, we only have 2 rounds of these. Hopefully you're a little warm by now. We're going back to that left side press. So we're going to get that rack going. Press overhead, left leg steps back. Let's work. If this one becomes too challenging, you feel like your forearm's starting to break down, you start to feel your low back because your rib cage is flaring, then you have a few options. You can either rack it and work just that racked reverse lunge, or you can get rid of it and still work that overhead position. "15 seconds and you're done with this side for the day." Last 3, 2, and relax. Got a little time. Again, we do need to switch sides. Nice strong rack position. Strong press overhead. Bicep to ear. Right foot goes back. So as you'll notice as I get to that bottom position, by having bicep to ear, that kettlebell is almost over top the center mass of my body. Okay, which helps me to stay more in control, to work a heavier weight, to feel stronger through that shoulder. "15 seconds. Last 4, 3, 2, and relax. All right, so again, we're going back to that row, double, alternating from floor, or you can do the handoff, depending on what you're working with today. Remember, make this about the equipment you have. Let's work. What I like about that dead pull row coming off the ground is we can really challenge the belly, making sure we're staying stable. The only thing that's moving is my T-spine, my upper back. Four, 3, 2, and relax. All right, so coming up, we have that goblet squat or that front rack squat. And then we're going to work that push press with that eccentric load on the way down. All right, so let's go ahead and get to our goblet position. Elbows pull down. Let's work. Drive those hips back. Try to keep those elbows pulled down, those shoulder blades pulled back. Chest stays proud. You're challenging your depth. Working those knees outwards if you need a little extra assistance, finding that depth. Three, 2, and relax. All right, left side, we're gonna push press, 4 count on the way down. I'm gonna go a little heavier with load since I'm working more power. If you have the option, I encourage it. All right, load, dip drive, and then down, 2, 3, 4, and drive. Down, 2, 3, 4, and drive. Down, 2, 3, 4, and punch. Down, 2, 3, 4, punch. Down, 2, 3, 4, you got it. Make sure that exhale is working as you press through that weight. Three, 2, and relax. All right, big breath. Going right side or side you can just work. Let's go and get it all racked up. Dip, drive, down, 2, 3, 4, and drive, down, 2, 3, 4, and punch, down, 2, 3, 4, you know the drill. Make sure you're paying attention to that exhale. About 15 seconds. Okay, we only have 2 rounds of our supersets today. So really try to challenge yourself. 3, 2, 1, relax. All right, going back to our goblet squat. Let's make sure we're staying back on those heels. Hopefully y'all wore the right shorts today. I'm quickly realizing I'm wearing my running shorts, which don't like for me to squat in them. All right, pull on down. Your tempo. If you always go fast, I encourage you to go slow. I'll work a little more control on the way down today. Try to make sure I'm really paying attention to that tension through the body. Last 5 seconds. Maybe one more rep. And relax. All right. Going back to that push press left side, and then we're done with our second superset today. You should be feeling a little toasty by now. You might notice by the end of the 45 seconds, let's drive. Down, 2, 3, 4, your pace. By the end of the 45 seconds, that power starts to really leave. That's okay. We usually don't work power that long. But we're sneaking in some eccentric load today. Trying to really challenge those shoulders. I noticed that kettlebell or that dumbbell started to feel a little heavier on the way down. You're starting to rush that 4 count. So going out loud if you need to. 4, 3, 2, and drive. Last one. 4, 3, 2, and rest.
Rest.
All right, after this, we're moving on to that swing and that staggered high pull. All right, let's go and wrap up that right side. Dip and drive. Down, 2, 3, 4. I'm really jealous right now. I'm pretty sure my garage is still about a good 90 degrees, and it's storming outside. So I'm always assuming it's gotten a little colder outside than what it is in my garage. So you see me looking outside, so I kind of wish it was raining in here. Halfway through. Make sure you work that exhale as you press. Time for one more. Get it up. Down, 4, 3, 2, and relax. All right, so kettlebell swing, basic swing, your Russian swing, alternating swing, or a skier swing. I'm going to try to demo all of them in the next 45 seconds in case you got on here a little late. Set up your basic swing if you're working a kettlebell, hike it back. Remember, you're just looking to go about chest height. Okay, so this is our basic Russian swing. And if we go alternating, nothing looks like it's changed, except for I'm switching at the top. I'm single arm at the bottom. Still aiming that kettlebell high. People tend to drop a little lower on the alt swing. And then our skier swing, again, if you're working with the dumbbells, you're taking dumbbells outside the body, you're working hinge, nothing's changed. If you're working with a backpack, pull that backpack to your chest and give me a high swing, okay? Just bear hug it. Especially if you're looking for a little extra weight, and relax. So if you do happen to have a nice heavy backpack in your body that's heavier than your dumbbells, and you want to challenge yourself. Bear hug it to your body. All right, going left hand with my kettlebell. My right foot's going slightly back. I'm going to take my kettlebell towards my right foot, rotating that belly button with the kettlebell. And as I stand up, bring that kettlebell up. Starting lawnmower. Side view. My right foot's just slightly back. My belly button is going with my kettlebell. So as it goes outside or towards my right foot, that belly button goes with. 15 seconds. Use those hips. Press through those heels. And relax. Woo! A little more taxing than what I thought was going to be on that one. All right. Going right hand with your dumbbell or kettlebell. Your left foot now staggers back. That stagger stance is only about your foot width. Going towards that left foot. Pull up. Now we're going with that high elbow. Halfway through. So again, you're going to need to use those hips. Make sure that exhale is working with that pull. And relax. Woo. Big difference in movement sometimes when I actually do them at the end of a workout. A little more taxing there, remember. All right, we're going back to our swing variations. Russian, alternating, or skier. Let's work. These are our final two movements. Going to finish up this swing. Going to finish up those rotational high pulls. There you are, done. So, if you're holding back, don't hold back anymore. Let's empty out that gas tank. Drive those hips forward. Imagine that kettlebell has an extra 0, or that dumbbell has an extra 0 on the back end of it. Use that power. Three, two, and relax. One more. Again, with that rotational high pull. I got safety hazard going off all these weights, but just don't report me. Left hand, right foot goes back. Rotate, high pull. Start that lawnmower. If you have a kettlebell and you find it a little more challenging to keep that wrist straight, slide your hand towards the thumb side. It helps to keep that weight offset. It helps to keep that wrist a little bit straighter. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and relax. One more. Big breath. Right hand, left foot steps slightly back. You're taking that kettlebell or dumbbell towards that left foot. Belly button goes with, rotate and pull. So you're pretty much standing up as you pull that kettlebell. So working that exhale out of your mouth. It's not just about being obnoxious or tightening the belly as we work that breath. Under 10 seconds. 3, 2, and relax. Big breath. Big breaths. Let your heart rate come down a little bit. We still got a little stretch to do. It's check-in time. Unless you have to jump off, hang around. Let's get a really quick stretch in. That'll get you out of here. I know some of you are going to hang around for strength flow. So if you don't need to stretch, if you need to just cool down, go cool down. All right, for the rest of you, hopefully you're standing up by now. You're still standing. Ground those feet. Sink down, nice deep breath. Exhale at the top. One more. Excellent. All right, let's take that left foot forward. Pull the toes towards the knee. Once you drive that left hip back, tall through the head. Nice deep stretch in that left hamstring. Tall, switch. Drive that right hip back. All right, this one's going to be a little different, especially since most of us should be a little sweaty. We'll take those hands behind the back. Take that left hand, grab onto that right wrist. Some of y'all know this one well. A lot of times we do it before class. I want you to take the elbows back, shoulder blades back, lift the hands off the body. Most of you are going to feel those shoulders open up right off the bat. And now if you can, if it doesn't hurt, I want you to actually pull those hands up a little bit. Breathe. Don't do it where you feel pain. We're trying to undo any tension, any wrong tension we might have done with those high pulls, especially as we challenge fatigue. And relax. All right, that's enough to get you out of here. Please, if you are still feeling a little tight, you're not staying for strength flow, go find a doorway. Let's open up that chest for a little bit. Bent arm is my favorite position to be in for that stretch.